smoke, breathe me in and let me go. Sink to your heart to find you.
Hello my lovelies, this is simsfel and welcome to episode 1 of the Sims 4 Vampire Amazon series, Generation 2 with the lovely Queen Narkissa Salizar, the second daughter of our Generation 1 monarch, Queen Sheba Salizar. Merry Christmas to you all. I've been scheming and planning ever since the end of Generation 1, and finally I feel as though I have prepared everything, including the intro, a few other things, as you can see the makeover of our lovely Generation 2 Queen, and some story points that I will introduce later on in this series. And finally, I felt as though this is the appropriate time to finally bring about, it's only been a week since we ended Generation 1, I think, or just over maybe, and I thought Christmas was a wonderful day that I could bring this all to you guys, so I hope you all enjoy. If you have no clue what I'm talking about in terms of this challenge at any point, or any of the stories that are going on, because these ladies have concocted some of the most amazing stories that I have ever seen or played in The Sims 4 personally. Go and check out Generation 1. I will have a link to that Vampire Amazon playlist in the description of this video, as well as a playlist for Generation 2, so you guys can follow along according to the order of the videos. Now, let's get into this. I might skip a little bit of explaining. We'll just have to see. I don't think I'll go around introducing each of the characters in as much detail, for example, summarizing all the story. If you guys would like to know what's going on, but you don't want to go ahead and watch the whole of Generation 1, because we have some awesome episodes there. We've got 50 episodes in total, 49 actually, because I accidentally deleted an episode back when I was playing Season 1. But we've got 49 awesome episodes for you guys to go check out. If you don't want to do all of that, then just go to episode 50, which is the very last episode in Generation 1's playlist, and I have a summary there, where at the end of the video, of everything that transpired in Generation 1, so you guys can watch that and then come back to this video. But I'm going to give you a brief introduction to each of the characters in Generation 2. You guys will already have met some of them from the intro of this video, which will be present in every single video for this series, so don't worry if you guys forget or have a hard time from the get-go trying to remember everyone. You'll kind of come into that as we play more in this series, but the intro will be a good reminder for all of you. Now, this lovely lady in front of us right here, I've gone ahead and given her a massive makeover, but she is our Generation 2 Queen, as I did say. The person on her left is Cynthia Rana Rain, the Generation 2 champion or warrior, who is taking over the role that her mother had back in Generation 1. And on the right side, we have Queen Narkissa Salazar's younger sister, Princess Lila Salazar, or she's still a princess in a sense, but she's got the title of lady now, so we call her Lady Lila Salazar. She is the Generation 1 Queen's third daughter, and she is taking over the role of our scholar from Generation 1, Lady Ambrosia Darkreign. So we've got some of those awesome things going on. Now I'm going to pop out of here and introduce the characters to you guys super quick. Okay, so on the right over here, this wonderful lady is Lady Morgana Devil, and she is our Generation 2 priestess. Now, the Queen of Generation 1 is right over here. You guys may recognize her from the thumbnails of Generation 1, or if you watch Generation 1, you recognize her from the entirety of the series, but she is a very interesting character. Now, she had 3 daughters over the course of her life. Her eldest daughter was heir to the throne, but unfortunately, before she could challenge her mother for the crown, which is a custom that the vampires and the Salazar clan go through, she unfortunately died by sunlight. So then the title of heir passed on to her second sister, and his second sister managed to defeat the Generation 1 Queen in a battle for the throne, and so the Queen handed over the crown as is custom. Now over here, let's see, we've got, this over here is Lady Kali Ranarain. If I forget some of the things, please forgive me. It has actually been 3 months since I last played Vampire Amazon because all of Generation 1's episodes were pre-recorded. Don't worry though, from this series onwards, Generation 2 onwards, none of the episodes are going to be pre-recorded, so you guys will be on the journey with me. Any suggestions you guys give me, I'll be able to address straight off the bat. And then the wonderful lady next to her is Ambrosia Darkreign, the scholar from Generation 1, and these two are actually married. They got married in the second last episode of the last season, so you guys can check that out if you're interested, but there we go. They've got a relationship prior to their marriage. I think Lady Ambrosia, oh, I called her Darkreign. I apologize. Her name is actually Dark Rana now. So she was a Darkreign and Lady Kali was a Rana, but because they got married in our world that we've created, we have a lot of interesting customs and all those awesome things. And also, I'll make sure to link the Vampire Amazon Codex entry playlist, which is where I have a bunch of Codex entries about the different customs, characters, all sorts of things. I've only got 3 videos there now because I've been a little bit lazy, so I need to update that. But if you guys are interested in anything, in terms of the customs or characters, do let me know down in the comments below, and I'll make sure to update the Codex entry files so you guys can just pop in there for a quick 1 to 3 minute video and just catch up on what's happening on some of these characters' backstories and such. But we've got a whole custom that goes around marriage and naming, and when 2 vampiresses get married, then they actually go ahead and change their last name. So that's what happened with these ladies, and Lady Kali Rana became Lady Kali Rana Reign, and Lady Ambrosia Darkreign became Lady Ambrosia Dark Rana. And then, finally, we have this lovely lady over here, and she is Lady, not Elena Cavador, that was her mother, with a very, very interesting backstory, but this over here is Ophelia Cavador. Lady Ophelia Cavador, she is our brood mother of the Generation 2 series, and let's have some fun. So all those introductions done. I'm not going to go a whole heck into the rules about how this challenge works and all of those amazing things. But basically, Queen Narkissa Salizar, I need to get used to that. Queen Narkissa Salizar has gathered everyone here together, basically for her crown. I mean, she received the crown at the end of the last episode, so she's having a little bit of a celebration. It is the Eve of the Goddess, another celebration or interesting cultural thing that these vampires do, and as part of that, we need to light the menorah. Now, I think, if you guys will remember, Narkissa Salizar has a very interesting relationship with the Eve of the Goddess. I don't know if it was the Eve of the Goddess or if it was the Day of the Goddess, but I think it was actually the Eve. Yeah, it was the Eve of the Goddess. When she was a child, the last time we had an Eve of the Goddess was when Narkissa was a child, if I'm not mistaken, and she had some very interesting things happen with Morgana's mother, the late Lady Amanda Devil. So if any of you guys from last season remember what happened, do pop down in the comments below and leave a little summary or just your recollection of what happened so that any new viewers to this series can go ahead and just catch a glimpse of some of that drama. But okay, now one of the things that I love doing with my vampiresses in my series is actually going ahead for story purposes, is going ahead and making sure that each episode they at least have one wish of their choice that we pop in and we try to complete. Now, because in the last season I used to do 40-minute episodes, in this season I'm going to be doing 20-minute episodes. It might take us 2 episodes to complete all of these whims and wishes, but I'll try my best and we'll just start off and see how it goes from there. But there was something in my head, and now I have pretty much lost it. Oh yeah, for those of you wondering what's going to happen to all the Generation 1 characters, well, I do already have something planned. Let me show you guys the calendar. So, this is the calendar with some of these awesome events that we have going on, and I apologize for those of you who already know what the heck is going on, but for the new viewers, I have to go ahead and explain some things because it is the first episode. Okay, so we've got some awesome events happening over here as part of the Salizar line. Now, let me just quickly go through. We've got Eve of the Goddess, and we've got Day of the Goddess. Now, Eve of the Goddess, some of these things I might forget just a little bit, but I'm pretty sure these 2 days were just dedicated to the goddess, which is the deity that the vampiresses of the Salizar clan worship. She is a faceless, I think, vampire or something of the sort. And they basically spend these 2 days worshipping her and in tribute of her. And then we've just got this skill day that I just left because skills are awesome, you know? But we've got a Death Fest, which is when the Salizar clan celebrates members who have died in the past or even revisits some of the dead traitors in one of their graveyards that they have called Traitor's Rest, where basically all the misfits from the clan or in association with the clan have ended up. We've got that, and then we have got castle warming, which happens in the summer, and castle warming is just a time when the queen basically opens up her castle to all her populace and invites basically the population of the kingdom over, or some very important ladies and various roles, because in this series we don't just stick to the ladies playing in our household. We actually jump around a lot to lots of different lots and lots of different households to make up this awesome sprawling kingdom of the Salizar clan. So castle warming is when that happens. Then we have a crown tribute, which is very fun, and one of the events that you guys actually helped me create back in season 1. And the crown tribute is basically in tribute to the queen, and that's when everyone gets together and basically gives the queen a gift and just lets her know how much they appreciate her and all those kind of things. It's basically a day in honor of the queen. But as part of that, the queen has 3 gemstones, or 3 favors, you could say, that she gives to the ladies, and there's various things that goes into the qualification for those stones. It's not just 3 people that the queen's closest to. No, you've got a bunch of things. Like, for example, I think one of the ones we had for those stones or gemstones was having the highest logic skill, or being the smartest vampire, or the most artistically skilled, or something of the sort. We've got those sort of categories going on. And those stones have something very special in them, in that at any time in that vampiress's life, they can use that stone during that generation, not afterwards, but they can use that stone to actually ask the queen anything they want. So that's pretty cool. So we've got that happening, and then we have VamFest, which is actually a time of stories and is a day primarily for the scholar, where the scholar comes together and tries to educate the children of the coven. I keep saying clan, but it's supposed to be coven. Educate the children of the coven and all those awesome things, talking about their history and why they are the way they are and the things that they need to uphold as part of the clan. Now, those are some of the holidays we've got going on, and there's some even that come and go. So you guys will see some of those awesome things if you stick around for the rest of this series, and I really hope you do. Okay, so the new holiday that I've added in that people from Season 1 may not remember is the Fire Tribute. And the Fire Tribute is something that's going to be very important. You guys can go ahead and leave kind of your guesses about what you think the Fire Tribute is down in the comments below. But this is going to be super, super important for all the Generation 1 ladies. So you guys can let me know what you think I'm going to be doing with this over here, but I've already got everything planned out. I just want to see what you guys come up with in terms of what's going to happen to them, but that's something very important. And I left it there because we already have 2 holidays we need to deal with, so even though I would have loved to just jump in dealing with that, we can't. So I just moved it ahead a few days to Saturday, and we'll just deal with it then. Okay, was there anything else that I needed to do? No, I don't think so. Now, I forgot, I think. Let's just head on to options. I apologize. Just bear with me just a little bit. Autonomy is always full with my Sims, and you guys will know that if you've stuck around for any bit. Okay, so now that this is done, oh yeah, I need to show you guys the outfits of Queen Narkissa Salizar. Let me know what you guys think about her makeover. I hope you like her. I absolutely loved this whole, she's got a more of a darker look for every day, but basically I switched out her hairstyle. And she's got blacks, golds, and whites, I think, in her wardrobe now. But this little set, I just love this hairstyle a lot more than what she had previously because it shows off those lovely elfish ears that we absolutely adore in the Salizar line. A lot of our ladies do have it, except for, I think, Morgana. Morgana doesn't. But most of our ladies, if not all, have definitely the sharp ears. She just looks like a very beautiful, regal, elven queen. Gives me a lot of fantasy vibes, which, if you guys know my channel, simsfel stands for Sims Fantasy and Let's Plays. I apologize for that. Sims Fantasy and Let's Plays. I really love all sorts of fantastical stuff. And she really resembles that, and I absolutely adore it. So I'm really happy with that, and let me just pop in to show you guys some of her other outfits. So this is her wardrobe. I kind of kept it very similar to what she had beforehand. Actually, I think I changed it up, except for her everyday, like her nightwear. And her formal wear, obviously. Okay, well, whoopsies, that's fine. But no, that's her other wedding wear. Anyways, but this is what we have going on. Let me know what you guys think, but I actually really, really like it. So we've got that going on. Now let's go ahead and actually pop in some of the wishes, which I like doing, so we can get on with some of the storylines. And if you guys know anything about this series, you know that I love, a lot of the times, giving control to these characters. So normally how my episodes work is that I go on with these ladies, let them do what they want during the day, unless I've got something important planned, like the events that I showed you guys in the calendar. And then I have a little bit of a machinima at the end of every episode, less than a minute probably, that kind of progresses the story along. Basically what I write after seeing everything the vampiresses do in the course of that episode. So okay, let's get some of their wishes popped in. I'll actually let them go around, do whatever they want, and then I'll get their wishes popped in. So let's go from Lady Lilith. So Lilith, no. Level up in cooking, I guess you could, but I don't feel like that's very appropriate. We love it when they have, anytime we've got two whims that they could choose, we love prioritizing the whims with the other Sims in the household. Oh geez, what is happening? Oh god. Yeah, we love prioritizing the whims with other Sims in the household because that is one of the awesome ways we develop story. Oh no, Morgana, you're sitting on the queen's throne. Morgana, your mother died for setting her eyes on the royal children. Do you want to die too? Okay. I think Cynthia is going to say something about this. Nope, Cynthia is going to yell at her. Why? Because Cynthia is actually the warrior. They have a good relationship, but she's going to yell at her. They have a good... okay, tell her to go away. Go away. Right. Because Cynthia is supposed to be the queen's champion. So enforcing rules is kind of part of all of this. So that's why she's doing that, in case you guys are confused. But okay, she's chased her off. Hopefully Morgana doesn't make a mistake. Otherwise, she's going to seriously wreck her relationship with some of these women if she sits there. Especially, come on, like the queen's sister. The queen's younger sister is right here. You can't just go ahead and do that. Okay, well, we've popped that in. Sheba, let's go ahead and... oh, what are you doing? Sheba? Oh, I think I'm going to have to go back and actually get her to do... oh, geez, I need to give her some athletic wear. I think I deleted some CC. So, this is the previous queen. Very beautiful, isn't she? Very beautiful. Okay, let's see. Meet another vampire. Make something of excellent quality. I mean, you could meet another vampire. Oh, look at that. Okay. She wants to... what is this? Be friendly Lady Kali. That's her warrior. Yes, we can do that. Or was the warrior back in her day. Okay. And then plant something, analyze a book. We can analyze a book because I think Narkissa is a bookworm. Let's have a look at her personality just super quick for those of you who don't know. So she loves the outdoors. She's a bookworm. She's romantic. And she's also a quick learner because she has the Renaissance Sim lifetime wish. Okay, so we'll get her to analyze a book. I definitely think it's going to take us 2 episodes. I have no clue. 2 to 3 episodes to get these wins done, guys. 2 to 3 flippin' episodes. Okay. And then Morgana wants to be alone. She also wants to plant something. Now, the priestess is actually in charge. We'll get her, you know what? We'll get her to be alone. She's actually in charge of taking care of the garden. Now, I just realized I didn't show you guys this castle, did I? Well, that's problematic. Well, let me just pop these wishes in super quick. This episode might be a little bit longer than normally the episodes will be, but that's just because I'm introducing a bunch of things. I apologize for that. Okay, she wants to be alone as well. Well, she's a loner like Morgana. Lady Kali wants to enthuse about the outdoors. We can get her to do that. Cynthia wants to... nope, none of those. No, thank you, none of those. Okay, they need to light a menorah at some point. They've got time. They've got the whole day. Build a snow pile. You know what? We can do that maybe at night because it is in the middle of winter. Jeez, it is the middle of winter. I think. Is it? Yeah, or it's early winter, so we've got heaps of time to do that. I'll pop that in, and then last but not least, Lady Ambrosia Dark Rana. She plant plasma fruit. Swipe an item. Well, you're at the castle. You really can't swipe an item from the place you live in. Oh. How the hell do you even do that? I did not know you could try for a baby with Lady Collie. How is that even a thing? I don't even think that's a thing, because you are birth females and I don't even have a mod that allows that. So she's going to be mean to Narkissa. Yes, she does have a terrible relationship with Narkissa, which is really, really bad, but okay. There are just so many things, guys, that I can't review it all in the first episode, so you'll find out the more we play this series. But let me quickly show you guys the castle for those of you who are confused. But okay, here we go. I'll also put a link to this castle down in the description below because I did not make it. I just got it from the gallery, and then I transformed it at some stage. Slowly, episode by episode in the last season, I went ahead and started redecorating the castle, but the entire underground layer, the entire dungeon layer, I have built myself. So, okay, this is the castle all the way around. We're in the the world of Forgotten Hollow. So this is what it looks like all the way around. Jeez, okay. I'm twisting my words. I apologize for that. Now let's pop on down. We've got the uppermost layer, which consists of this lovely outdoor space, which is where the ladies come to light the menorahs for the Eve of the Goddess. And then we've got just kind of a library section. Upstairs library, and then we've got some chess tables, which the ladies love spending their time in. And oh, wait a second, look at that. We've got a lovely image of the wedding we had in the last season. Don't they look absolutely beautiful? Okay, and then hopping on down to the second level, we've got some bathrooms, a huge bathroom on this side. And this is kind of the scholar space in our castle because we've got an easel, some books, and all those awesome things. 2 bedrooms, which normally we give to the kids because all the vampiresses have a bunch of coffins at the bottom layer of the castle or in the dungeon, so they don't really need to use this a whole heap. This layer, which is ground floor, we've just got the right wing dedicated to the throne room, and everyone just uses these spaces. And again, these 2 bedrooms over here were supposed to be for the children because we have a whole system about how that works, and I'll let you guys know probably in the next episode because it's just too much. And then we have an entertainment area over here, and then we've got this lovely dining table, which the ladies barely use, mainly for birthdays or if they're hosting something. Other than that, not really much. Now this place over here is an execution chamber where the queen, if she decides to sentence someone to death, executes them over here by exposing them to sunlight. Because look at that. This place is, the roof doesn't completely cover that little inner space. And it's kind of built this way so that the queen and other ladies from the royal court can actually witness the execution. So there we go. That's got a very interesting tie to, to Lady Ophelia's mother, if you guys remember, or if you're curious about, just, again, go back and visit. And then finally, the dungeon layer, which I'm very proud of because, come on, I came up with this all on my own. Okay, so we have got this coffin area over here, which this is, I think, supposed to be the queen's, and then the red one's the queen's coffin, and the black one's supposed to be the heiress's coffin, and all the others are shared between the members. And then we have a sparring room over here, which only the warrior normally uses with the queen, or with, actually she can use with anyone, but the warrior is the one who's normally sparring with one other member of the coven, because the coven, there's like a special rule about something. And then we've got another execution chamber, but this is execution by water, and Morgana's mother, Lady Amanda Devil, has a very special relationship or story to do with that room. And then we have the kitchen over here in this corner, which they kind of rarely use, mainly for birthday parties and stuff, and of course for death rites. And this over here is the royal crypt, where the ashes of Princess, look at that, Princess Cassandra Salizar, kind of lays over here. So she's got ashes there, and there's a whole other custom that goes on with how the death rites happen in the Salazar clan. And then, going on this way, we have got the cells, 4 cells, for any prisoners the Salazar clan manages to get into their clutches. And then this over here is supposed to be the Hall of Portraits, where we kind of line the portraits of each queen from each of our generations, and the goal is to slowly fill this place over time. So we've got that, and then on this side we have the warrior's room, or the training room. So the warrior has the sparring room, and she also has this place, which I think I've made accessible to all the members of the coven, so they can come over here and train. And then this room is supposed to be the priestess's room, which is supposed to be off limits to everyone, but because I think I've plopped in after ages, and I've been moving between other households and this household, all the locks are just out of whack, so I'm gonna have to fix that. And As part of her duties, the priestess has this section, which I'll be changing at some point, I think. We'll have to see. Basically, she keeps all these insects, which are supposed to be used in the herbalism skill, but as we discovered at the end of the last episode, in the last season, the herbalism skill isn't that great, so we kind of have a workaround for that. And this lovely magical place is the herborium, essentially, the indoor garden, the garden, essentially, for the priestess, where she keeps all these lovely herbs and such, and other wondrous plants to use in her herbalism, and all those amazing things. So we've got that, and this very important tree of emotions, whose berries she kind of uses for some readings that we do in terms of each of the vampires' futures when they come into the coven. Okay, I think that's all for this episode. I should probably go ahead and end this here, otherwise it's just going to be too much, too many things. So, welcome again to Generation 2. I hope you all enjoyed. I'll leave off here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next episode. Also, don't forget to stick around for the machinima at the end. Bye-bye.